see what it does. We're live. We should be live. Okay, it was just telling us there was an error, but we're live. What's going on, D-Bags? Hope you guys are doing well. We're back here again with another episode, the 196th episode of the dtalks podcast. I'm your host, Darren. Rita. Feel free to connect with me at any of the links down below. And if you're new here and you enjoy music, podcasts, comedy, or hooping videos, do consider subscribing because we've got a whole lot of that going on around here. And when you do subscribe, turn notifications on, leave a like or hang out with us here in the live chat like you're going to do tonight. Helps us share conversations and laughs like we're having today with more people. So do consider doing that. It really helps us out a ton, and I would appreciate it. Now, before I can reintroduce you guys to my guest this week, I've got to talk to you guys a little bit about car insurance. These days, it seems like everything is getting more and more expensive. I was joking about it last week with the inflation and whatnot, but dude, it's like every day something is more expensive than it was before. The other day I'm at work. This guy's drinking an Arizona iced tea. It doesn't even say 99 cents on it anymore. He was complaining that it was $1.29. And we, almost lost my mind. We all collectively almost lost our minds. Things are just getting more and more expensive. So what are you doing wasting extra money on car insurance when your hometown agency, Kenosha Auto Insurance, has been specializing for years, literal years, in simple, hassle-free car insurance using the latest and touch-free technology to help you and your family get the best rates. So what are you waiting for? Give them a call today, 262-448-4141. That's 262-448-4141. That's 448-4141. The website is KenoshaINS.com. One last time, it's on the screen right now. It's down below. Give him a call. Tell him Rita dtalks sent you. The worst that could happen is you will get the best rates. Now, with all that good stuff out of the way, we are honored today to be in the presence of an extremely, extremely special guest. You can hear her laughing already. If you're an OG, you've seen her on the show a couple of times. Actually, appearance-wise, if you've been paying attention, she's up there for a contender as one of the most appeared guests.
I'm coming for you, Pat.
Yeah, she's coming for Patrick's spot. But she hasn't been on in quite a while. But let's give a wet dtalks welcome to my girlfriend, McKenna Stanek. She's here. She's going to have a box over her head for a second because we're doing this all.
Hello, everyone. It's
so
good to be back.
Yeah, you're back here. You're back in business. You've been being a producer behind the scenes for quite a while. You took over for Harrison a long time ago, and it's just been you with Pat sprinkled in a couple of times. My brother sprinkled in a couple of times, but that's it. You went from girlfriend
supporter
to podcast producer. How does that?
I'm the volunteer producer of the show, and it's fun. It's every week it's something to look forward to.
Oh, you do look forward to it.
Sometimes it's stressful.
Yeah.
The minutes before we fight a little bit about the show.
Yeah.
But otherwise it's fine.
Yeah, there's sometimes, there's things happening where Yana's in the chat.
Hi, Yana.
Sometimes beforehand the hair is an issue.
It's a big issue for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
How do you think your hair looks today?
I don't like it today.
No?
Because there's a big poof.
I think it looks really good. I think you're having a good hair day.
No.
No?
No. It's just there's a big poof on one side that I don't like. Yeah. But yeah, the hair gets in the way sometimes. The computer. Yeah.
Explodes.
Yeah.
Right before the show.
Just about every week something's wrong with the computer.
So we just restart it.
Nothing wrong this week.
No.
That we know of. Neither one of us is wearing headphones though, so there could be something terribly wrong.
Hopefully it sounds okay.
Yeah, there could be something very, very wrong. But it sounds okay. Hopefully it sounds okay. Amba says hi as well.
I got a little battery.
You have a little battery. Oh, on your phone.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so it's been a minute, and you took over the behind the scenes of the show. We were talking about before we went live. The last time you were on the podcast was episode 41.
That's crazy.
That's years.
Yeah.
That you were an actual guest.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Why aren't you ever on the show? People are always asking me, how come you don't have?
Because I'm the producer. I gotta do the behind the scenes.
Yeah, you gotta press 1 and 2.
Yep. And the sponsor.
Yes, number 4.
So that's what I was doing. That's why I was giggling, because I had to do that for this podcast, this episode, and then I had to scoot over into my chair.
Yeah. And then now I'm handling it 1 and 2. So it's going to be off today. I can see it being very off because I'm doing both things at the same time. But we're going to have some fun with it. What do you think? I was joking with Patrick about this last week where he had been on so many times. I was like, man, you got to start your own podcast. If we were going to have a podcast, What would be the name of our podcast? What
we
would
were
we talk
talking
about?
about this like the other day, I think.
Yeah, what would we do? What would you want to do a podcast about?
I think it should be called McD's.
McD's?
Yeah. The McD podcast.
The McD podcast.
Yeah. And I don't know. Like,
that sounds worse than this podcast.
Okay. That was off the top of my head.
Okay.
And I don't know. I feel like a couple podcasts are pretty big. Like, we always talk about random stuff throughout the day.
Yeah.
So we could just do that during the episode.
Well, would we give like couples advice or
No.
Oh no! What was it? Fucking you
No,
snap.
I think we could. I mean, our anniversary's coming up. Another
say
year
that.
together.
Don't say that.
Why?
That's just it is what it is.
Hi, Amba.
Amba's in the chat. But you're a nurse now, so from the last time you were on the show,
Yep,
to now, things have changed. We
Yep.
live in a new place. The studio's in a new spot. You went from you were in school, and now you're in
Out
the
of
line
school.
of duty.
I'm a medical professional.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's crazy.
Yeah, you're a nurse now, and I've talked about it with some other friends of mine who have done similar things or have been nurses and have been on the show, and I've told them how I try to, not listen as much as I can when you're telling me about the horrific things that you go
I know.
through.
I'm
Because
sorry.
it's terrifying.
My job is crazy. It's the craziest job I've ever had.
When you're okay, so from first off, you did nursing school during COVID.
Yeah.
So there's this whole generation of nurses that are having to learn on people
Yeah.
because the schooling is totally different than it was.
Mhm.
So what was it like when you went from like, okay, like your first patient, like the first time you put an IV in, like what are those like firsts when you're how did those experiences go?
Really scary. So I was lucky that like most of my actual school, like my like your prereqs was online, and then once I got into the nursing school, we were able to come back in person. So like my classes were in person, and then we did have kind of a hard time finding clinical placements, which is where you practice all of your skills that you learned during school. So like we would find out like a week before we were supposed to go to clinical, like where we were going to be going.
Yeah.
And it was like an hour away from our school. So I was getting up at like 4:00 in the morning, driving an hour to get there.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
What are you doing in your clinical? Like, what was your clinical experience like?
So my first semester, I was in a nursing home. So we were basically just like a CNA, a certified nursing assistant, like cleaning up the patients, or they're like residents, I guess, in their nursing homes, getting them ready for their days.
What's something that people don't know about nursing? Like, what's something fun that goes on? Maybe not fun. Maybe just different. Because nursing homes are a scary place.
It is.
Or can be.
That was my first time in a nursing home. So,
really?
Yeah, it was just a crazy experience.
I used to deliver pizzas to this,
A nursing home?
Yeah, I don't think it was like...
Or it was maybe like,
it was like
assisted living.
Yeah, assisted living, where it was like... I think some of them were vets as well in this place. Like, there was like quite a few veterans. Or they just had a lot of pride in it, maybe, as well. And when I would deliver food there, it was always an experience.
Yeah.
There was one lady who would only order, was it a beef? Or no, I don't think it was a beef. It might have been like mozzarella or Bosco sticks or something. It was like one like fryer thing. And she would order it every single Tuesday. And yeah, that was like my least favorite delivery, because she would pay in coins every time, full thing. It was like $11 just over our delivery limit, which was like you had to order at least $10 worth of stuff.
And paying quarters?
She paying quarters. I get lucky, there'd be $1 or $2 in there, but I'd have to count it all out.
Did she tip?
No, never.
No tip.
Never tip.
Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think our nursing home we were in was like a memory care too, so that's like a whole nother level. Is like they're all confused, they all have dementia, they don't know where they are, what year it is, what's going on.
Yeah.
So that was just like, that was hard too, learning how to deal with those.
How do you talk to somebody who's got dementia, like as their caregiver? Like you're trying to provide them with assistance.
It's
how do you
hard.
communicate?
It's like a fine line of sometimes you can like play into it, like you just go along with what they're saying. Like if there's like a person over there, like, oh, who is it?
You fucking do that?
That like sometimes it's better not to like confuse them because they get really agitated like really easily.
What's the most off the wall thing somebody said to you that may or may not have had dementia that you were helping? Because I feel like you, like 1 second you're like helping them with something, but like if I have dementia and I forget like 2 minutes ago that you were just wiping my ass, and now like I'm naked in a room with you, I'd be like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah,
like
it's pretty crazy. Like I had one lady who thought I like kidnapped her and I was like holding her hostage and I was her nurse. Yeah. So I like in the morning I had to call the family and just like make sure I'm was her nurse all night, like just wanted to make sure they didn't think I was like doing anything bad to her, which I wasn't. I was just doing my nursing day to day.
Well, it's sad. I know we're obviously making light of a situation. Obviously it's just serious. It's sad.
Yeah, but then I came back the next day and she was like, oh, it's so nice to meet you, like how's it, like didn't even know who I was. So it's just, it's crazy.
Yeah, that must be interesting. Just new day. You know, wipe the slate clean.
Yeah. It's like 51st Dates.
Yeah. It's a good movie. So, okay, so you did your stuff in a nursing home.
Yeah, that was my first semester. Then second semester I was in a hospital, and that was like my first ever hospital experience. Like I've never even been like hospitalized. I had like some family members be hospitalized, so I was kind of exposed through that. But that was like a deer in headlight situation. Like that was so.
What's so jarring about being in the hospital versus?
Like I didn't even know what the like day to day looked like. Like you just get there and they're like, okay, like start being a nurse, and I'm like, what do I do? Where do I go? Like where are the meds? Like it's just like now I have a schedule of what I go through because I'm like used to it. But as a student, you're just kind of thrown into it and are expected to figure it out.
Dude, it's so many things in life now. I feel like maybe it's just this age. Maybe that's what's supposed to happen, and maybe I just am like against it. But I just feel like it's wild how many different jobs or even situations I've been in where they're just like, we're not going to actually train you. We're just going to like throw you at this, and hopefully someone will be kind enough to give you enough tips along the way that like people don't get hurt or that you don't F this up in a way that is like, you know, not recoverable. Yeah. But so so nursing home.
In a hospital.
Then to a hospital for clinicals. And now you're working third shift.
No, So I had 2 more semesters of school, but now I'm working third shift at a hospital.
How is the nightlife? You know, flipping your days around.
Yeah, so I work 7 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. So it's a 12-hour shift. I work 3 12s a week.
That's disgusting.
It's a love-hate relationship.
What's the pros right now being a nighttime nurse? What are the pros of being a nighttime nurse?
So the 3 days a week, I love working 3 days a week.
Okay.
Versus like a 9 to 5 days a week, whatever. And then I can like make my own schedule too. So I like right now I'll have like 6 days off in a row. So I can like make my own schedule. It's pretty flexible. I feel like I don't miss as much working on nights, if that makes sense. Like my first day I don't sleep at all.
Okay. Oh, you're saying like you don't miss stuff
out
that's going because you're working.
People are normally sleeping at night. Yeah. And I'm just working. Okay,
so one positive would be you're not missing social events necessarily. Yeah. Like you're not missing like a family gathering.
Yeah. Like, and if it's like going on the next day after my shift, like I can usually get away with just like taking a couple hour nap or just going through the day and then going to bed early.
Yeah, those are scary days for me.
Yeah. Why?
It's tough, dude. And you're a light sleeper.
I am.
So she'll try to sleep during the day, and if I like try to make a sandwich, the door's closed, everything's silent. Like if I try to make a sandwich, there'll be like a small like
the crinkling of the chips gets me.
And she'll fucking, what's going on? What's going on?
I blame that on little Brett.
Yeah.
He had made me.
Is he in here right now? He's not
No.
in here, right? Oh, he's sitting out there.
He made me a light sleeper.
Yeah, he's not me, but yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah, this dude, little rat, will meow right in Darren's face to wake him up in the morning.
That's our cat, for people that don't know. If this is the first episode you're ever watching. And
he does not wake up.
No, I tune him out.
Yeah, I don't know how. I wish I could do that, but I can't.
Yeah, I'm not about it. Especially, so, yeah, I just can't do it. But we'll get back on the nursing thing real quick. I won't, you've been doing it for a while. You've had some almost a year now in the workforce.
Mm-hmm.
You've had some pretty wild situations.
I have good days and bad days.
Yeah. What's like the most fucked up thing that you've seen happen as a nurse a year into the gig? It doesn't have to be like
I come home
sad,
every single day and there's something crazy that happens.
Okay, so what's one that just sticks out to you? Or recent? What's something that just happened that you think you're like, damn, that's messed up enough to be a clip on TikTok? That's what we're looking for basically right now. That's what we need right now.
I don't know. I don't know how gross or crazy you want me to be with this situation.
Whatever you got, dude. I don't know what you got. It's just, as long as there's some avenue for us to maybe insert some humor, so it's not super morbid, depressing.
Yeah. I heard the longest fart that I've ever heard the other day.
Yeah.
It was at least 35 seconds long.
Continuous 35 seconds long.
Yeah, so we're this dude, we were cleaning him up. He went in his bed and he was bed bound, so couldn't get out of bed. So we're just rolling him back and forth. That's how you clean someone that can't get out of bed. You roll him one way, clean the side, roll him the other way. So we roll him on one side to get him cleaned up, and it just happened, the fart, for 35 seconds.
Is this an old guy? Or?
Yeah. He was older, but yeah, he was bed bound. And me and my friend were just
yeah, because that's the thing too. You can't. We've talked about those other nurses on the show.
You can't make a face.
You can't make a face.
Yeah.
You can't say nothing.
You just have to
laugh.
act. Yeah.
What happens if you do laugh?
I think I did laugh a little because farts. I think farts are funny, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the longest fart I've ever heard.
You did not say that.
I did, and the guy was like, yeah, I know, or something. It was crazy. It was so long, and me and the aide were in the room, and we're just looking at each other oh my god, is this gonna end?
I could not imagine saying that to somebody wow, that's the longest fart, and him being yeah. Yeah, it was. What?
I know. Yeah, it depends on the patient too, if they're it depends if they can handle that kind of joke or something too.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a joke not land with a patient? Or something light that you maybe tried to lighten the mood, and they were just
There's a lot of grumpy people.
They're in the hospital.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
You're in your worst situation. I get it, but I feel most nurses try to make light of the situation and try to make the patients laugh a little, and some just no.
Were you on the side that dude farted on?
No, I was on the other side, so he was facing me.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah,
So did he make a face when he did it?
No, he just was sitting there.
Stone cold.
Yeah.
Stone cold.
Just letting it happen.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
That's, I try to think of myself. I put myself, whenever you tell me a story about somebody, I try to put myself in their shoes. And, I get pretty sad. Pretty fast. I don't know how I would recover from that.
There's a lot of sad situations.
I'm sure. Yeah. People are going there.
You're in the hospital. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a fun time.
Yeah.
You ever what's the maybe the nicest thing a patient's ever done for you?
Done for me?
Yeah, maybe has a patient ever been you could just be even saying something nice.
Sometimes they make us cookies. I had a family bringing cookies for us.
Oh wow.
That was nice. Sometimes they give us little treats and stuff, a little care package.
The patients do.
Or patients or
they come back.
Their families, yeah.
They're you did a good job, I'm alive still.
Usually it's the family, I should say.
That's fair. You ever had like, I feel like it's kind of weird. I mean, you work third shifts, maybe you deal with a little less of the families.
Yeah.
But is it tough trying to, I'd imagine it would be tough trying to, medicate and to care for somebody, and maybe their family has a different idea of how you should be going about that, or maybe they're telling their family different things than what's actually happening. How is the situation as a nurse trying to give somebody care and dealing with their family at the same time?
Yeah, it totally depends on the family. Like, some are super helpful and like understand the situation and understand what's going on. Like, usually if we have like a patient that has a lot of dementia or like mental health issues, we'll allow like a family member to stay overnight, and usually like they're really helpful and will help calm them down and help take them to the bathroom and stuff, and like deal with a lot of those situations. But yeah, it really depends on the situation. Sometimes family is just not understanding what's going on.
What's the meanest thing a family member's ever said to you or questioned, maybe?
I think it's just more like constant questioning, like, what are you doing? Which I get, like, you're allowed to question, and but like not respect my job and like respect my knowledge, and just want to ask like, oh, well, can the charge nurse like take care of them?
Oh, like let me see your manager of nursing.
And I get it, like, I'm young, like I look young.
You got a mask on though. So I mean, like, maybe there's something there. I don't know. They should. I guess too. I question people as well when I'm getting help. But granted, I don't ever go see the doctor, or very rarely. Yeah,
and I also feel like we're, as a nurse, we're like just giving medications. We're like doing. We're following directions.
Yeah, what the doctor, what the person that they want to speak to has already told you to do.
So,
like, you're not like making this up on the fly. Like, yeah, I think let's give him some of this.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's hard at night too, because, well, at least at our hospital, we only have one doctor for the whole hospital. So as soon as they're like, well, I want to speak to the doctor, I'm like, it might be like an hour or two before they even get a chance to come by, because they're dealing with the whole hospital right now. And honestly, like, your question is the least of their concerns right now. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does gotta be difficult working the graveyard shift with that, because only one doctor for the whole hospital. Holy shit.
Yeah, so like anything that goes wrong, any emergencies, any admissions, like, that doctor is dealing with it.
Damn.
So
Damn, that's wild. And you're working, maybe have to work on Easter this year.
Maybe. Well, I'm scheduled.
So most likely.
Right now, I requested on call, so we'll hopefully.
What does it mean to be on call as a nurse for people that don't know?
So it depends, like, how many patients are in the hospital at the time, and if we're overstaffed, they'll send like a nurse home, and then they'll just be on call. So you have to be ready to come in, like, if we get in a lot of admissions, or it's just like a difficult night, you have to be like ready. You have to be there, I think, within an hour
of when
you're called. So I would be on call my whole 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Damn, the whole 12 hours.
Yeah.
That would suck if they called you in like the last 2 hours. They're like, man, it's just crazy.
They like, at least on nights, they try like after like 2 not to call people in, because usually like go to bed then.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, that's not terrible then. Hopefully you don't have to work on Easter. Speaking of Easter, what do you do for Easter? Because we got, it's coming up quickly. Well, you're probably going to be working, and I'm going to be playing basketball. But
what do we do?
Yeah, what do you usually do for Easter? What's Easter is Jesus is back, right? This is his comeback.
He's back.
His Michael Jordan.
He is risen.
As a 4-5 jersey, he just came back from baseball. Or in Jesus' case, heaven. And he's back here to win 3 more championships.
Okay.
That's what Easter's about, right?
I guess.
But instead he's like gives 3 miracles or something, or he's alive for 3 days or something.
I don't know.
Okay, well, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Something
I know
like
he
that.
is risen.
Yeah,
that's
he's
what
out
everyone
here.
Posts.
Yeah, he has risen.
Yeah.
Or not yet. Well, he did last year, and apparently will again this year.
Will again this year.
And maybe next year if we're lucky.
Yeah.
But so he's here soon. What do you do to celebrate his presence?
Well, we usually just like would dye Easter eggs and have like a brunch with my family.
Yeah. Easter's interesting. Like, why? I wonder why is it a brunch that everyone goes
Like
for?
it's like an earlier outing.
Yeah. I just wonder why, like compared to like, Thanksgiving, they do a dinner. Christmas, people do a dinner.
I feel like maybe because it's like usually nicer out for Easter. Like summer holidays are usually like a day kind of thing.
Maybe that could make sense. I could see that. Yeah, we get our baskets blessed. So I don't know if that's
going down this year.
No, I don't know if it I can't go if it is this year, but we would usually do that growing up. I don't know, is that Catholic or is that
I think that's a Catholic thing.
Okay, I don't know.
Maybe a Polish, I don't know.
So
we never did that when we were younger.
So I don't know what I was technically raised, right? I know that there was religious things going. I know it's Christianity of some sort. But I don't know which one it is that does the basket blessings. But yeah, that's what we would do. So basically, when I was growing up, and even like last year, I mean, most years, if I can go, like I get a basket, and you have to have like a meat. You have to have like.
What kind of meat did you bring?
We put like it's this Polish sausage in there called kielbasa. Yeah, and so we have to have like a meat in there, like.
Does it go bad?
A couple different. No, it's like in a saran wrap.
Okay.
But and then you like have like eggs in there.
An actual egg?
Yeah, like a hard-boiled egg. Some other food like bread, some other things, and then there's like a reason for everything. So like when you go to the church, the guy does like this little 20-minute thing. He explains why each thing's in your basket. But the thing was, and I don't think this is a real thing. I think my mom just told us to do this so that we would enjoy it more. When we were younger, she would say like, put something in your basket for fun that like you want to see good things for it so that it'll be blessed, right? And I used to always get so mad because I couldn't fit like a football or a basketball in it. I wanted to like have like a lucky ball. I was like, man, if God fucking gets a little of his stuff, a little of his secret sauce on my ball,
don't say that.
God sprinkles a little whatever on my balls,
bro. Stop.
Then if he does that then I think like maybe I have a better season, right? But I couldn't fit that in the basket. So sometimes I put like a Star Wars action figure or just something stupid in there that I'd be like, this would be cool.
I'd probably put my Polly Pocket in there.
But it was a big deal. I remember because it was like only one thing.
Oh.
So like it was like a big deal. I'd be like, am I putting Goku in or am I putting Anakin? Like it was like a big, and I would sit there like the days before, like who's gonna go in the basket, because Jesus can only bless one of you.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is Lent for this holiday?
Lent is for this holiday, but
Did you give anything up?
Yeah. So back, I think my sophomore year of high school or junior year, maybe I could be mixing it up. I gave up religion.
Oh shit.
For Lent.
That's like one of the 3 wishes, and you're wishing for 3 more wishes.
Yeah, kind of the inverse of that. Yeah. But dude, it was so, I don't know. I just remember being so stressed out. Like every year, my mom would be like, "What are you giving up?" And I'd always try to pick something that I'm like, "Man, I can definitely do that." Like that doesn't. I would try to give up like one kind of candy or something. And then I would that candy would be thrown at like people at parties would be like, "Oh, we've got Starburst. We have this Star, like whatever I gave up." And I'd get so fucking mad. And one year I got in trouble because we went on a class field trip I gave up soda for Lent this year, which is funny now because I don't even drink soda. No, this is a long time. This was in 6th grade.
Okay.
I gave up soda that Lent. Okay. And we were on a field trip to medieval times.
Oh my gosh, that was the best.
Cool field trip. It is a cool fucking field trip. I can't lie. And so we're going to medieval times. If you've been to medieval times, or if you don't know what it is, it's basically like the Renaissance fair, like the coolest part of that on steroids. Yeah. So they've got they do have like a little museum part with like some
like torture
devices. Yeah, that's actually kind of weird. But so they have some torture devices from like medieval times, and then there's a big all the people that are there get like divided into like 4 corners or whatever, and it's like a different color, and you're watching like these dudes joust and battle or whatever. You get served like a big
turkey
it's
leg.
a turkey leg. Yeah, like a obnoxious turkey leg, and you get some side and then a soda.
Yeah.
And dude, it's like probably 3/4 of the way into Lent, like almost over. And I just forgot, like completely forgot.
Oh
And there was
my
no like
gosh.
option. Like they literally said, "Do you want Sprite or Coke?" Right?
Which one did you pick?
I was Sprite. I picked Sprite. Yeah. But so I got a Sprite and I drank it, and then afterwards, because my mom's like involved with the school kind of, she was like a teacher's aide, so she would like help out with different things. She had like heard about the field trip, and I don't know how it came up, but she somehow knew, like she had somehow asked somebody what we had eaten.
Oh shit.
And she was like, "So did you have a soda?"
Like she was actually mad. What happens
Yeah,
if
she
you
was
like
like upset.
don't follow through with it?
I don't think God loves you.
Oh shit.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know what happens if you fail.
Oh.
That's a good question. I'll ask. No, I won't.
So what happened? Did you get in trouble?
My mom, with my mom.
Like, did you get grounded or what happened?
My mom was just mad at me.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't remember what happened exactly.
Mm.
I just know she was mad. I remember the car ride. Like I just remember being in the car and her being like, "So, I know that they were serving whatever." But like it wasn't like
she wasn't mad. She was disappointed.
Yeah, she was disappointed. But it just it was like damn, because I actually like you go the whole thing and I'm trying and I didn't even think of it like I wasn't like, "Oh, my mom's not here. I'm gonna get away with it." It was like
you just forgot about it.
Yeah. So
Damn.
I failed. So then a couple years later, I gave it up.
You gave it up.
Yeah.
And you haven't gone back.
No. Have you ever? Did you ever do Lent?
No.
No.
I grew up Lutheran.
Lutheran?
Yeah.
Isn't it Lutheran?
Lutheran?
I thought it was Lutheran.
Whatever. Luth. Ending.
Luth. Yeah.
So the only thing I really remember around Easter is Palm Sunday.
Yeah, sure.
So that was this Sunday, yesterday.
Okay.
And you would just get like a palm, and I remember like sitting in church.
What's a palm? What are you saying? Are you saying
it's like a tree branch, like
like
leaf.
an actual palm?
Yeah.
I thought it was like. I thought you were saying, isn't there like a word that is like psalm? That's P-S-A?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Okay.
But you would get an actual like.
You get a
palm.
tree.
Yeah, like a little.
What
branch.
is the tree for?
I don't know. I just remember that, and then I would sit there like folding it in church. Yeah. That's it.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
We would, for Easter traditions, we would get the shit blessed. We get our baskets blessed.
Yeah.
And then we would go eat brunch at my grandparents. And then
Easter egg hunts.
Sometimes do an Easter egg hunt at my
we did a
other
good one
grandparents' house.
a couple years ago.
Okay.
Was it last year at my parents'?
I don't know. Yeah, it was recent.
There's an adult one.
Yeah. Maybe that's what we got to do. Maybe we got to.
And it was intense.
It was intense.
Yeah.
Maybe we got to make Easter less of a family function, more of a. We were talking about St. Patrick's Day a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah. Bring
some of that energy into Easter for those of us that maybe, gave up religion for Lent a couple years back. Yeah. That will be fun. Some adult Easter egg hunts.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe teams. Play like.
We did girls versus boys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Make it fun.
I think didn't you get like the most boxes of like cereal or something?
I won.
Yeah.
I won.
I can't remember what you got.
If there's something to be won, I will win it. Just a fact. You could put that on a shirt.
I've won a couple of times.
A couple of times. So, speaking of, not really actually. When we were talking before we went live, right, about you, we'll kind of pivot from the Easter stuff because I don't really got anything else Easter related. Do you?
Done. No.
No, nothing else. Yeah. But you mentioned that you've won a couple of times. I assume you mean in our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
We're very competitive.
Yeah. What have you won that we've competed in?
I've won in
Give a list.
Badminton, and one time in 2K.
In 2K?
Yeah.
You mean NBA Live when we were playing with the fucking WNBA and we switched teams at halftime?
Yep. No, I don't. Did we switch at halftime?
That was the one. Yeah.
Okay, well, I won that half.
No, you started with more. So what we did was I played with the team.
Yep.
Till halftime.
Okay, but I won at the end.
and got that team up by 40 or 30 or something. And then we switched, and I had to see if I could come back with the other team, and I didn't. So that's
So I won.
Misleading to say that you won.
Badminton, 2K, basketball.
Okay.
Golf.
Okay.
And
2 rounds
I feel like
of golf?
I just won something recently.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I should just keep a list.
You should keep a list, but it would be a very short one at that.
You do win more, but
Yeah.
I try. I keep coming back.
Yeah, it's good.
And I get very mad.
Yeah, it is. It's tough. That's the thing when you're in a relationship, right? And you're trying to, like, you're a competitive person, right? So like the most fun I get in like my life is competing, because I just athletics and stuff like that. Like I like to do stuff that like someone is gonna win, which if someone's gonna win, that means someone else has to lose, right?
And losing sucks.
Yeah, and it's tough when it's like I'm not. Like you have to, when you usually, if I go win a basketball game or if I lose a basketball game, I'll come home and I'll tell you about it. Now, if I beat you in the game of bags, or if we play one-on-one, or we do something.
We played bags for hours.
Yeah, we did do one time we did a best 4 out of 7 series of bags, which if you guys know is like, some people call it cornhole.
Bago,
beanbag toss, whatever. We played a best 4 out of 7 series of that.
And I think, like, you barely, like, it was, like, by 1 point.
I won, we went to game 7.
Yeah. Because I'm not very good on, like, you talk so much shit and get in my head.
Yeah, well, the thing is, if she's not good when she cracks under the pressure, so we have to do it. But yeah, you know, that's one great thing about being in a relationship is get to fight over meaningless games that you're playing in. Also, being in a relationship, how is it being the girlfriend of somebody who is hosting a failing podcast?
A failing podcast.
A podcast that is almost 200 episodes in and is really nothing to show for it.
I mean, the podcast is fun. It's
everything else
unique.
that sucks.
People don't realize how much goes in outside of just the 1 hour show on Monday. Like hours and hours of editing. And now it's not as bad because we are living together, and like your studio is in our apartment, so you're just in the room over, like editing. So if I want to talk or whatever, I can just come over. But before, it was rough because your studio was at your house, so like you would spend hours doing all your editing there. Yeah. So I don't know. It's got its pros and cons.
Well, let's stick on the cons. Those are the fun things.
So
those
the
are
time.
People want to know. Yeah, the time.
Yeah, it's a lot of time.
You ever wish I'd just give it up? That I just quit? That's a yes, bro. That's fucked up. That's a yes.
Like, sometimes you get so stressed about it, though. And I'm like, I hate seeing you that stressed.
So you're like, is it worth it? Maybe you should just stop.
No, I don't ever think that. But I'm like, I just wish, like, you would get more help or get more payback for all the time and, like, effort that you put into this show.
Maybe it's not good, though.
No, I think it's good. I'm the producer.
Yeah, I guess.
So it's good.
So it has to be good because you're clicking 1 and 2.
I'm not right now. So if it's bad, that's on Darren.
Yeah, it has been bad. There's been a couple times where I've caught myself. Yeah.
Oh.
But okay.
So
what
else is bad?
Time is tough, you know.
I'm also.
Is it? Oh wait, yeah. Go ahead.
I got a list.
Oh, you have a list.
Okay.
Okay. I was ready to segue. No, that's fine.
I'm kidding. Like, I'm also not a super extroverted person, so just like having someone come into our house every week, I gotta like be friendly and we gotta clean before.
Who's been the nicest? So this doesn't obviously. If you don't hear your name in a second, we still love you, still appreciate you as a guest. But this is my producer speaking. Who has been the nicest?
The nicest.
You know, coming in, or maybe not the nicest, maybe in recent memory that you're like, man, this person was really chill before or after the podcast.
I do like when people like acknowledge me and thank me for, like, a lot of people don't even like acknowledge me or anything, but it does make me feel better when people like thank me for doing the clicking,
Yeah.
being the producer.
Yeah, this is a deep
There's
cut.
only been like a couple people too that have thanked me. Not many people do it.
It's a thankless job.
Yeah.
It's a tough gig. It is different now too, being in our own place,
Yeah.
like in our own spot. Like before, it was kind of like a whole thing, and there was a little bit more space. So it was like I'd give like a whole like tour and everything, and be like, oh, this is my producer, and da 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 da. Kind of do that a little less.
Well, yeah,
now,
you still introduce me, but
yeah, but yeah, it's interesting. I think too. When you mentioned how some people don't acknowledge you. Since we're a deep cut, we're like 40 minutes in or something.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody's gonna see this next part I'm gonna talk about here. My eyes twitching. But so only the real ones. This is how we'll know. God, I can't finish a sentence. This is how we'll know if somebody really watches the show or not.
Mm-hmm.
If they come on.
If they come back and thank me.
No. If they thank you, and this other thing too, if they call us out on this, because sometimes I've done this with all the people that have been a producer, whether it's Pat, whether it's my homie Salvador, whether it was my brother, whether it was Harrison, or Big Tire, whoever. I will always tell them when someone's about to come in.
Oh, to act busy.
Pretend like you're doing something. Because
so I just click around or open Google.
Makes us look way more important. Makes it look like we got something going on here.
Yep.
When we've just been waiting, we have everything. Most of the time, we have everything set up.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're scrambling.
Yeah.
But it is, yeah.
That is funny.
So we'll know next time somebody comes on the show, and it's the first time, and they see you click. If they don't say anything, that's how we know they don't really watch the show.
True.
Which is okay too. I'm not expecting them to be a diehard fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, Kaylin McCracken, you better thank me.
Kaylin says I'm a real. She says gonna thank McKenna next time.
Yeah, she didn't thank me.
She didn't thank you? That's
I don't
fucked
think
up.
so.
That's fucked. I'm sure she has. But yeah, so it's interesting. You get to see the other side of things.
Yeah.
You get to see. You get the privilege of me going up to you afterwards, being like, was I boring that whole episode?
Yeah, we always like debrief after to
Yeah.
like talk about the episode, what the highlights could be.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So that's always fun.
Yeah, it's a lot though, like you said.
Yeah.
It is a lot. How do you feel? This is something that I thought would be fun. We were joking because I got a message right before we went live. It's kind of weird now with like, I'm not like famous by any means, right? I'm not even popping really by any means on social media. Okay, you don't have to.
Okay.
You don't have to say it like that.
Okay.
I'm not doing well, but I have some stuff going on. And I got a message today.
Oh, yeah.
Right before we went live, or maybe it was yesterday. I don't know, but I just saw it because it was in my request. Where somebody said to me, I'll just read it so I don't misquote it.
You do have some fans.
You have, and I don't. Is this mean? Is this mean to read this?
Or like no.
No.
It's. Oh wait, is it a DM?
It's a DM.
Oh shit.
I'm not gonna say their name or anything, but like, is that kind of mean to like?
I feel like it was like if it was a public comment.
I get comments about it.
Get a lot of comments.
Yeah, that say weird stuff too sometimes. Yeah. I got one there's a clip of me and Mike talking about him having sex with a MILF. And some older woman commented, and she was like, I would love for either one of them to have my kids or hang out with my kids or some
shit.
Some
yeah, you do get
shit.
some like what are they called?
I don't know what you would call that. Thirst comments?
Yeah, or like pickup lines and like stuff like that in your comments.
Yeah. Yeah, those are tough because it's like...
I usually like them or like... I think they're funny.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's the best one you've seen?
I don't know. I would have to scroll.
You have to scroll. Well, somebody just said to me, you have really beautiful eyes. They actually kind of made my day. And I just thought you should know that.
That's nice.
And that's very nice. Yeah. It's just... I don't know how... I don't think I would ever have the courage to say that to somebody. So shout out to the fans, I guess. You know,
you get a lot of compliments on your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta cut the hair though. Dude, my eyes are. I have been having muscle spasms all day. Both shoulders like bouncing, and my eyelid, this right eyelid, well, for you guys it's the left, whatever, has been bouncing all day, and I can't stand it. What's your favorite and least favorite thing about each other? Oh man.
Oh shit.
Okay, you can go first.
Whoa, we're doing this right now?
I don't know. That's what the people want, man. That's what Kaylin asked for.
This is too much.
It is a lot. Yeah, that's tough. That'll start an argument. You're probably the most caring person I know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you want me to say my compliment now?
No, I'll say my negative one. You doubt me sometimes when you shouldn't. Like today with the laundry.
Okay, but was
Listen to
I
this.
wrong? Was I wrong?
No, you were wrong.
No.
Twice.
No.
Because I folded the laundry. And
No.
also... No, because there was an extra basket hidden somewhere that I didn't know.
It was on the couch.
I didn't know it was there. I thought it was just the one
So
basket.
that's the one I saw. You did the smaller one.
Okay, but then I came out and did the other one as well.
Yeah.
But the other thing, I put my basketball laundry folded on my nightstand so that it'll be ready for my games next week.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
In 1 week.
Okay.
Yep.
So my specific stuff that I wear on that day, I just put it on my nightstand. And she goes, "What's this laundry doing on this nightstand? Why are you... So did you just throw all the laundry on your nightstand?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Did you even look at the nightstand? Because it's literally one pair of shorts, one pair of socks, underwear, and a headband." So you doubted me.
Okay. I'm sorry I doubted you.
It's okay. I'm okay now. But it hurt in the moment. It hurt. It cut deep.
Okay, do you want mine?
Yeah, make them nice. Maybe do the negative one first.
No, I
would rather do the negative one
I'm gonna go with one thing, and it's my favorite thing,
Do the
and
negative.
also least favorite thing about you.
Oh, so it's the same.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
So I love that you're very passionate about everything that you
Don't
do.
say that,
No.
bro, because people are gonna think that.
No, you
Okay.
are, and
Okay.
you don't care what people say. You don't you just do what makes you happy,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's really cool. But also, I feel like because
you can laugh about it. You don't have to. It's
because
not like
you're
a
so
serious
passionate
thing.
that
Yeah.
you don't give yourself breaks, and you're just really hard on yourself and just overwork yourself.
Mm.
So that kind of drives me crazy. I'm like, just take a break, hang out with me.
Mm. Watch Love Island.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm done watching that. Thank
Oh yeah.
God. F
You're
you,
done?
Yana, for making me watch that.
That's fair. What do we got here? We got Championship Fever. Has anyone made a fan cam yet, though? No. I don't
Have
even know
you?
what that is.
You did have someone make a song lyric song.
That's true,
or
actually.
a video.
Did I talk about that on the podcast
I
yet
don't
or
know.
not? I don't know if I did or not.
That was cool.
But it was cool. I remember seeing that. Somebody made a lyric video
Yeah.
for one of my songs, which was pretty dope.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
That
And
was cute.
I just was like, whoa. Like out of nowhere. I was like, whoa, that's fucking cool.
It was cool.
What do you got? Andrew Tate would say she shouldn't have made you do laundry in the first place. Yeah. Yeah, he's alive, I guess. He's out of jail now.
Already?
Yeah, well, they were just holding him
Oh.
because of they didn't want them to like flee the country because they're going to be on trial.
I'm getting a FaceTime.
Brielle's FaceTiming you? Are you
Yeah.
going to answer?
No.
You're not going to answer?
No.
What if she has something important to say she wants
I
to
don't
be
know
broadcasted?
how to end this.
Okay, well that's good. Well, let's segue. We've got a couple more things I want to get to today.
Okay.
You know, we didn't go to the same grade school. We're from the same area,
Mhm.
same general area, right?
Mm-hmm. We went to the same high school.
Yeah, but we were kind of talking beforehand that we were remembering or reminiscing about some kids from our grade schools that were
Being
stoners in grade school.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about.
That's next
How the
level.
fuck are you a stoner
In grade school?
when you're like 10?
You can't drive. You can't do it. You're riding people are still riding like ripstick razor
Yeah, or
scooters.
like a skateboard.
Yeah, ripstick. Oh yeah, that's the skateboard or razor scooters.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll smoke their older brother's weed. But like we all know that there were kids like that.
They were the scary people.
They were scary.
Yeah.
And I've talked about before. That was the time though. Grade school is their peak.
Is it?
I
I feel like
think
high
so.
school might be.
No. No, that's when grade school is when stoner kids have mainstream appeal. That's the only time. Like, you know, like the popular girl in your school will date some stoner kid in grade school.
Yeah. That is true.
That won't happen in high school or college, whatever. I mean, obviously, people are people. I'm not against people smoking weed or whatever, but it is fucking wild, and I am against a child smoking weed. Okay, so if you're in fucking 6th grade, or your brother's in 6th grade, or your fucking sister's in 6th grade, and you're older, don't let them smoke weed. You're not a cool older sibling. You're a weirdo. Yeah. And now you just gave them brain damage.
Yep.
It's fucking weird, okay? But on a joke, we're joking here. We're making jokes, so everybody's aware. Yeah, it is funny that, like, that is the time, though. Grade school is the moment for the stoner guy, maybe. I don't know about girl. Maybe girl, too. But the stoner guy especially will, like, have his most mainstream appeal. I'm not saying they don't have a good time in high school. Maybe they do.
I didn't think about that. Because, one of our popular girls dated one of the stoners.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to name no names, but I know girls that are like, wait, I dated so-and-so? Like,
what the fuck?
Good on them, though, you know? Good on them.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It is.
They're just out here.
Yeah.
10-year-olds.
Yeah, it's yeah, I just think it's kind of insane. I had friends that, you know, may or may not have let their younger sibling who was in 8th grade smoke with them when we were in high school, and I was like, you guys are...
That's messed up. And you just want to, like, as the younger sibling, I was the youngest, like, you just want to be cool and, like... You
just want to do whatever they're doing.
Yeah, you just look up to your older siblings, and they just want to fit in.
I wonder how I was as an older sibling, because I was into weird... I was into, like, progressively... Like, I was into kid shit. I was into, like, little kid shit.
Yeah.
Like, my favorite game is a crossover between Final Fantasy and fucking Disney. Yeah. Mickey Mouse.
And you guys were close in age, though. That's
too, yeah.
That's a thing, too.
But, like, we would get into, like, WWE for a year and go, like, hard on WWE. Or we would, like, I would have to, like, hide the fact that I liked Legos and be like, but I could do it with my siblings because they were younger. So I could, like, still be like, oh, let's get this set. Or, like, oh, let's buy these WWE guys. Like,
yeah.
But it's just interesting. And some older siblings are like, nah, bro, hit this.
Yeah. Like my Brielle she's 8 years or 7.5 years.
Shout out Brielle. She's been on the podcast.
Shout out Brielle, my older sister, oldest sister. So she was 7.5 years older than me. So when I was like in middle school, she was in high school. So like, I feel like a lot of my memories are her like friends hanging out, like partying at in our basement.
Did you think it was cool, or were you scared of it?
I was kind of both. I was like, oh, this is cool, but like, I'm so little, like, I don't want to go down there. They'll think I'm weird.
You're like, oh, it's so scary.
Yeah.
Ooh, but I want, okay. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's interesting. But so, yeah, I guess there was a bigger gap for this. It's a little different. But yeah, maybe don't do that. Don't give your younger siblings drugs.
No, don't do that.
Don't be that. You're not cool. Like I'm saying, like, you're not cool. Like, you're not
Listen
the cool.
to the DARE program.
Okay, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, you're not cool. Like, you're just a fucking weirdo, and it's very inappropriate and, like, so fucked up. If you really think about it, it's fucked up.
Yeah, it is fucked up.
And don't smoke weed out of a fucking plastic Gatorade bottle, guys. Don't do it.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, don't do that.
Don't do it. Evolve. Amba is wondering when you guys are okay. Well, we're gonna skip that comment. We're gonna skip that one right there.
Bro, what?
Aside from that, how's grocery shopping now that we live together?
Okay.
How's grocery shopping? Are we a good team when we grocery shop?
Because you. No, we're not. I like going by myself. Because.
Why do you ask me to go? Every time, then?
I don't. Most of the time, I just go.
A lot of times you ask me.
Just to, like, spend time together, but I would prefer to go by myself.
I'm okay with you going by yourself.
Because you make a list and can only get things that are on the list.
That's not true. Sometimes I'll see something cool, and I'll be like, we should get this. and you never think what I think is cool.
Okay, but you're
cool.
also like, and you're in a hurry. You're like, let's go in, let's get in, get out.
Well, because okay, so if it's on my checklist, like if I had to do it, like it was on my checklist, and I want to get it done as fast as possible. I don't like to go to Target and hang out. Okay, I don't need to. Yeah, I don't need to fucking survey the different lunch meats that are the same as they were last week. Okay, I just am like, ham is on the list. We're getting ham. I'm getting out of this aisle.
I'm usually pretty quick, but you are, I don't know, you just kind of stress me out.
That's fair. You stress me out as well. What's the most I've ever stressed you out in public?
In public?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. See, it should be a fun, slow, exciting experience.
Okay, we gotta stop watching regular show if you're gonna keep doing that.
Well, it's true. It's fun.
Okay.
And I do love grocery shopping too. Now that we're on our own, like we can pick out what we want to eat. I like cooking. I like making the food that we get. Darren is slowly learning how to cook.
I got a meal under my belt.
You can make one meal.
Yeah. I can make other things for myself, but I have one dinner.
Yeah. It was really good too. It's like one of our staples now.
Yeah. I'm out here.
It's one of our go-tos.
Yeah, shrimp
like a fire roasted.
Yeah, it's a fire roasted
homemade
tomato sauce with shrimp and pasta and
it's really good.
some other spices and things, and it's good. Yeah. I looked it up. I didn't create it, but yeah, it's good. And I know how to make it now.
And you're going to slowly learn how to cook more and more?
Maybe, yeah, that's the goal. Try to learn one more before the end of the year.
What's the next thing you want to accomplish cooking?
Should it be another dinner or should it be...
I don't know, or like a meat. Like you're not very good at cooking chicken. You always overcook it.
I just don't want... Yeah. I don't like meat, I think.
Okay.
I think when we went vegan, it messed me up. And that, speaking of, that was the last time you were on a podcast. Was when we went, right when we got done going, or right when I got done. You were still. Yeah, I think that messed me up. Like I just realized how little I enjoy meat.
Yeah.
Like I eat meat now. I eat meat all the time. But I'm saying like I like the stuff around the meat.
Yeah.
Like
I
don't
like cheesy stuff.
Yeah, I like cheese, or it's like even that's why I'm not really big on a steak. Like I don't like the eating the chicken. I like dipping the chicken in ranch.
Yeah.
You know, and using the chicken as a vessel to scoop ranch into my mouth. Or turkey. I got to eat a turkey burger or a turkey sandwich. It's the bread, the cheese, and the tomato, whatever the fuck else is on there, the mayo, whatever it is. That's what's good. You just have to eat this other thing because it has protein.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it puts me in a tough spot.
Giannis said, if you guys love grocery shopping and cooking, how come you guys starve me every time I visit?
That's a cap.
Okay.
That's cap.
And you also came to visit like after I get done with like my third shift. So we had no food. Just like
we're just surviving. Yeah. Okay. McKenna goes to work for 3 days.
Yeah.
And it's survival. Okay.
I wake up, go to work, go to bed.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to be quiet for 3 days so I don't wake her up. But yeah, so grocery shopping it can be tough as a couple.
Yeah.
I don't mind grocery shopping by myself either, actually. I actually don't mind it when we go. It's just you sometimes I feel like
what is
I'm
your
letting
perspective on the grocery shopping? Like why?
My thing is like sometimes I feel like we're spending so much time deliberating on something I don't really care about, so then I just like tune out.
Oh.
Like or the other day I was cold and you were looking at some fucking sausage over and over again. I don't know what it was. You were looking at something in the cold section, and I had you were
wearing shorts.
And I was wearing shorts because I had not just for fun.
Yeah.
Because I had to go to the doctor, check them. I pulled my quad, strained my quad. Not happy about it, guys. But yeah, so I was at the doctor right beforehand, and so I was freezing, and I was like, I'm just not gonna stand over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes it's too much deliberation. I just want to know what's going on, or if it's something fun, like if it's like, oh, what ice cream should we get?
Yeah.
We don't really buy ice cream, but if we did,
we get I'm in a popsicle phase.
Geez, yeah, popsicles.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be all right. That's pretty much all I got for today, man. That's all I've got for episode 196. Unless you have anything you want to ask me or anything you want to talk about. It's been a long time since you've been on the show. It'll probably be a long time till you come back.
Why are you saying that?
Because you don't like to be on.
It's not that I don't like it. I just get nervous.
What do you get nervous for?
Because I'm not a extrovert.
I don't think you have to be an extrovert. I think we've had lots of non-extroverts on the show. They do fine. They do great.
I guess.
You did great.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did awesome. Do you have anything for me before I wrap things up here? And you'll have to run over there and do the thing.
No. Thanks for letting me
Well, thanks for coming on.
Mm-hmm.
We had a last-second cancellation. And, you filled in, and I appreciate that, as always. Also, thank you to everybody who tuned in live today. McKenna's going to step in front of the camera for a second. I also want to say a quick shout-out to people that are going to watch days after here on YouTube or over on Spotify, as well as a thank you to our patrons who support the channel. If you guys are interested in getting behind-the-scenes access to extra videos in total, we've also got extra vlog footage, and a series where I break down how I make every single one of my songs. Go to patreon.com/Darren Rita, and you can help support the channel for as little as $1, dude. It's literally $1. It's kind of crazy. But I really appreciate them. They've been helping us out for a long time. So shout out to them. Also, thank you to Kenosha Auto Insurance for sponsoring this episode. And yeah, guys, we're 196 episodes deep. It's crazy to think that we're this far. McKenna's back on the show. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see where things are going to be going in the next couple of weeks. Got some interesting guests lined up. Did have one fall through, so I got to fill that. So we'll figure it out. But then we're on to episode 200. It's coming up quick, so we got to figure out what we're doing. I really don't know. I was just looking at some clips from the 100th episode when we tried to do the donuts. And I really don't want to do an eating challenge, unless it's something fun, unless it's something doable. But whatever it is that we do, if it's a challenge, I got to be able to succeed at it, hopefully. And if it's something else, I just want it to be fun. So that's it, guys. That's it from me. I'm excited to see where the podcast is going. This has been the 196th episode of the dtalks podcast. And I'll